Hello, I'm Ariana. If you're new here, if you're not, welcome back to my channel. Today we're getting into this really cute Valentine's Day eye makeup look. This is kind of like a smoky eye and it's like a cat eye looking thing. It's pink, it's cute, and it looks really great on brown eyes. So we're going in with the Too Faced Appley in Love palette. All of these products will be linked in the video, and this is my eyeshadow base. So this is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer in the shade Natural. If you do not have like an eyeshadow base, I don't have actual eyeshadow base, so I like to use concealer, and I would use a concealer that is a couple shades lighter than my skin tone. This is just going to make sure that the colors and the pigments that you're using pop on your skin tone if you do have some melanin in you, and it's going to make sure that the eyeshadow colors are nice and vibrant. So the first thing that I did was went in with this dark brown shade. This is kind of like a burnt red, like a burgundy with brown in it, and this is the kind of darkest shade that we're going in with. So I used a pencil brush and I'm putting it on the outer corner of my eye, and I'm creating kind of like an eyeshadow wing. So I'm placing most of the pigment on the outer corner on the lash line, and then I'm also dragging it out and creating a wing with the excess pigment from the brush. So that's what it should be looking like. And then I went ahead and mixed these two shades together. This is like a dark red and kind of like a soft dusty rose color, and I'm placing this right on the outer corner above the lash line as well. So this is going to deepen up that outer corner, and I also wanted to make this look a little bit more reddish toned, pink toned, so I wanted to add more of that red color instead of just having that brown. And the brown kind of did look a little bit washed out, but that's totally fine, because if you do want to extend the wing, you don't want it to be like a really harsh dark color, so it's nice and faded. And I went in with the actual color and the pigment on the outer corner of the lower lash line to give it some more definition and just make it a little bit darker in this one specific concise area. So I went in a couple times with how much pigment I wanted to. It's important that if you do want to make something darker, that you build it up gradually. So you don't want to pick up too much pigment on the brush from the jump, because you do want to kind of like add it in so it's like a nice even blend. So this is what it should be looking like at this point. Now we're moving on to the inner corner and the lid, middle of the lid. So I took these two shades and I mixed them together. Again, I wanted like a pinky kind of looking shade, and I also wanted it to be significantly lighter than what was going on the outer corner. So I mixed those two shades together and I'm placing it literally on the beginning half of the lid. So this brush makes it easy to pack on the pigment. This is like a dome shaped blending brush, so I packed it on in the beginning half, and then I'm also kind of taking it up toward the transition area and all the way out toward the outer wing area. So this is going to make it look nice and blended and have a couple of, or just like some of that color showing through on the outer area of our eye. So the last thing that I did was I took that dusty rose shade and I put it in between that dark red burgundy and then that light pink. So this is going to create a beautiful transition. This is like some of those minor details in your makeup that makes it look so much more put together and so much more professional looking, and just that attention to detail. Last thing I did was take the shimmer shade and I'm placing it on the inner corner of the eye. So this is really going to open up your eyes and add some more dimension and some interesting texture to this look. It's super easy to do. It's literally just an over top like shimmer on top of the pigment that we're using, and it just adds such a beautiful element to this look. So I placed it on the inner corner and I'm kind of just dragging it up toward like the hollow part of the eye next to my nose, the bridge of my nose, and this is going to kind of elongate the shape of your eye and kind of just carve it out a little bit more and create like a beautiful situation where it's kind of like going with your bone structure. So that is literally it for the top half. You definitely can stop there, but I did go ahead and smoke out my lower lash line, and again, as always, you can stop wherever you want with these eyeshadow looks, but I do like to just give you different levels of drama going through the entire thing. So for the lower lash line, I took that dark brown and I placed it as close to my lash line as possible. Then I went in with the pink shade and I put it right under that dark brown to smoke it out a little bit and to have a nice blend. And then I went in with the shimmer shade and I'm placing that on the inner corner of the eye and just dragging it into all the way into the center of the lower lash line. So this is basically mimicking what's going on the top half of our eyelid, and this is where we landed. And lastly, I'm taking a brown liner and I'm putting that in my waterline. So since these colors and shades are pretty soft, I didn't want to go with black, but a brown liner is so pretty. It really does make your eyes stand out without being too harsh. And then I went in with a black liner and I'm just lining my tight line. This is just to create more of an illusion that your falsies are more natural. So this is another minor detail that makes such a difference in your eyeshadow look. Then I went in with mascara on both the top and the bottom of the lashes. Again, all of these products will be linked in the video if you want to grab them, as well as some discounts from YouTube. I'll leave the discount codes in the description box as well. So this is the Kat Von D mascara. This one is pretty geared toward volume. So when I am doing falsies, I don't go in too crazy with my lashes, but I do add mascara to make sure that the lashes are blended in pretty well. So I put that on the top and the bottom. So again, you can definitely stop here if you don't want to use falsies, but this is what the eyeshadow look looks like with just mascara. Again, I didn't really go in too hard with the mascara. I could have kind of separated my lashes a little bit more, but totally wherever you are comfortable with stopping. Now, these have been my recent favorite lashes. These are by Flutter Habit. I found them on TikTok Shop. Again, they will be linked here below, but these are like individual clusters, but the clusters are a little bit bigger than normal clusters. So this makes it so much easier to actually apply because the lash band that you're working with is a little bit wider than normal mini clusters, and they are supposed to go on the underside of your lashes, and they look so natural because you can't see the lash band on the top, and you can customize your lash look. So it's so easy to put on. If you do want an in-depth video on how to apply lash clusters on or just lashes underneath your eyes, I do have underneath your lash line, I do have one up. You can go ahead and check that out. I actually do have a couple, so definitely check it out if you'd like to, but this is kind of like my go-to lash at the moment just because you cannot see the lash band on the top. So they do have different styles in Flutter Habit, and I really like these. So this is the final look. This is what the eyeshadow look looks like. I actually forgot to go ahead and clean up the outer corner, so I went ahead with some concealer and my concealer brush, and I'm just making sure that both of the outer corners match up together. I saw that like the first eye that I did was a little bit more straight and the other eye was curved, so I went ahead and just fixed that. So I highly recommend doing this at the end of your eyeshadow looks so that both of your eyes look symmetrical, even though it might not be because we are not makeup printers, but this is just going to make sure that your wing is nice and sharp and your eyeshadow looks nice and clean. So again, this is the final look. I really like how it came out. It's super cute, very Valentine's Day, and it was really easy to do. If you don't want to use pinks, you literally do not have to, but you can still follow the technique and the placement of like the dark and light eyeshadow. Literally basically used 3 colors, even though I mixed them together, but go ahead and play around with your makeup, and this is what it looks like. I am loving these lashes, but definitely let me know what you think. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe before you leave and like this video. It really does help me out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!